All right, today, this is Coach D. We're going to jump into chapter 3 of this first unit. And we're going to discuss a little bit of energy and success. Now, we talked about it. It all comes down to my favorite saying, your attitude determines your effort. Your effort determines your energy, and your energy determines your success. Your success rises and falls on your attitude. Now, if I just talk to you kind of like this, your attitude determines your effort determines your success. Your effort determines your energy, and your energy determines your success. Your success rises and falls on your attitude. First off, that is poor attitude. Secondly, that is poor effort by me to demonstrate my point. And lastly, it is poor energy. I think that as you've gone through the first 2 chapters in this unit, you know I'm an energetic guy. I get excited. I actually had one of these guys, a D3 volleyball, said that I was the most energetic coach in the country because I jumped up right when my outside hitter was about to hit a ball. And when she did, I came down and I gave one of these. I get excited. I get pumped up. It's all about my energy. Now, we talk about energy. Your energy determines your success. Now, how into this thing called success are you really? How much do you really, really like success? Do you want success? What if I told you I had a golden ticket to success? Would you take it? What if I told you I had a Quizlet, and I know you guys know what a Quizlet is. If you don't, look it up. You're going to love it, but don't cheat. What if I told you I had a Quizlet for the test on how to be successful in volleyball? Would you take that Quizlet? I do. It's called energy. And let's define energy for a second. And I don't want to go through some Merriam-Webster or some Wikipedia definition of energy. I don't want you to type it in Google and come up with energy. I'm going to define energy the way that I can because I'm from the South. The way that we define energy is, you ever been to a big time SEC football game in a football stadium? Sorry, Vanderbilt, we're not talking about Vanderbilt. But I'm a huge Florida Gator fan. And if you've ever been in the swamp, holy cow. If we're playing a game against like a big time rival, we don't play Georgia in there, but Tennessee or LSU or Florida State, the place is rocking. Now, I'm going to give a little shout out. I actually am closer to LSU. So I went down to LSU into Death Valley, they call it. I think they call it Death Valley. But anyway, went down to LSU Stadium and I watched them play against Florida one time. And I literally sat there while the whole stadium, 100,000 plus, is sitting there yelling. My stomach was turning inside of me. There was such energy in that place. I wanted to jump out on the field and I wanted to go catch a pass and run over some people. Now, have you ever had it in volleyball? You ever been playing against your rival? Our school has an unbelievable, now our gym is not absolutely miraculous and absolutely wonderful. I'll be honest with you. Our gym needs some work. But man, when we are in there and we have the students that we have come, and we had our football team come one time, our whole football team. Our coach, Blaine McCorkle, is an LSU guy, sorry. But he came in and he brought his whole football team right at our first serve. Every one of our football players, we're talking about 95 to 100 guys come into our gym that holds about 250 people. And 100 guys come in there in their uniforms and they are just yelling, "We are the Blazers, the mighty, mighty Blazers." And this place is absolutely rocking. That is energy. And I defined energy. I said, energy is a combined force by multiple people working together to have a desired result. Let me say that again. I'm going to have to read it because I want to exactly get the exact words. You'll see it over here, but I can't see it right now because it's actually not there with me. But understand something. Energy is a combined force by multiple people working together to have a desired result. To build that hair standing on your neck sort of moment, it takes more than one person. So when I talk about energy and I talk about being a great teammate, yes, I need you to be energetic. And it starts with your attitude, it moves to your effort, and then it becomes your energy. but I need it more with your teammates as well. John Maxwell says in his book, The 17 Indisputable Laws of Teamwork, that no one has ever achieved anything of significance alone. Let me say that again. No one has achieved anything of significance alone. Everybody had somebody with them. Even Michael Jordan had Scottie Pippen. All these people had somebody with them that helped them out. I don't care if you're the best volleyball player in the world. We used to wear a shirt that says, all the talent in the world won't take you anywhere without your teammates. You have to have 3 contacts on your side. You cannot pass the ball, set the ball, and hit the ball yourself. You need somebody else. Volleyball is like no other sport. In basketball, you can take the rebound, run down, dunk the ball, steal the ball, go down and dunk the ball. You can win a game by yourself in basketball. It's possible. In football, you can. I think you need the center in order to hike the ball to yourself or in order to get the ball to yourself. But, you might be a quarterback and you can run all the way. Again, you need the center to give it to you. But we talk about in volleyball, we need each other. No one has ever achieved anything of significance by them alone. So, we talked about another thing that our energy comes from each other and our success comes from each other, because our success comes from our energy. And our energy comes from other people. Building things other people put together to have a desired result. Now, Vincent Peale said this. He said, the more you lose yourself in something bigger than yourself. Let me say that again. The more you lose yourself in something bigger than yourself, the more energy you will have. Now let's break that down for a second. If you lose yourself in the prosperity of the team, if you lose yourself in saying, you know what, I don't care if I make All-American as long as we win a national championship. I don't care if I get All-State as long as we win state. I don't care if I get All-Conference as long as we win conference. Vincent Peale said this, the more you lose yourself in something bigger than yourself, the more energy you will have. And we described again that your energy determines your success. So what I'd like for you guys to think about is, I'd like to think about your energy. Again, we're going to go a little bit into math here. But I want you to think about your energy as a numeric number. Now, energy is not an addition. It's not additive. It's not subtraction. Though sometimes negative energy does subtract. If you have ever read the energy bus, I have it right down here. You might be able to see it. But the energy bus talks about negative vampires. And there are people that have just negative energy. I think in negative attitudes, we talked about it before, that just drain us. But if you don't have great energy, our energy is multiplicative. And I'm going to be honest with you, it's exponential. But I don't want to blow your brains up. I don't think that you guys can kind of comprehend when I'm talking about exponential growth. So we're just going to stay with multiplication tables. All right? I'm going to talk about your effort. Again, your effort determines your energy. Okay? Your energy determines your success. So if your effort is at 100%, you're giving 100%. Your teammate is giving 100%. Take a look down here. I'm making it easy for you. And your other teammate is giving 100%. And then your other 3 teammates are all giving 100%. All 6 of you are giving 100%. If I take 100 times 100 times 100 times 100 times 100 times 100, that gives me 1 trillion. So now the 100% that you're giving, if everybody is giving 100%, it gives us up to 1 trillion. Now, let's take one person. And let's say that person is not giving 0%, because anything multiplied by 0 equals 0. It can't happen. If you're giving somebody that has negative energy, you're going to go down to 0 pretty quickly. And it's going to take your whole team down with you. So when I talk about your energy determines your success, you've got to have a great attitude, you've got to have great effort. But if your energy, let's say for one person is just not having it, they're not feeling it, they're not getting set. You ever have one of those? Maybe you're that person. You ever have one of those people, man, I'm just not getting set. They're not set in the middle. And the setter's like, well, we're not getting three option passes, so I can't give my third option the ball. Well, the passers are like, well, we're not blocking well, so I'm having to defend the whole court, so I can't dig the ball perfectly up to the setter. You ever had those people? Those people I'll go ahead and call 50%ers. So we have one person at 50%, but the other 5 people are 100, 100, 100, 100, and 100. what do you think is going to happen to our energy? One person's at 50%, but everybody else, the other 5 people, are at 100%. Are we going to go down by 50%? Or down by 50 points from 1 trillion down to 999 million? No, we actually cut our whole energy in half. Because one person is going in half, our whole energy, the energy of the entire team is cut in half. You can show it right over here. If I have 100 times 100 times 100 times 100 times 100, the 5 people are given 100, and one girl's just sitting over there not having it. And she's just going through the motions. We talked about it last chapter. She's just going through the motions, and she says, well, you know what? I'm going to give 50%. I'm just going to be good enough. I'm just going to give just enough. And we already talked about good enough is not good enough. But if she gives 50%, you multiply all those things together and you're going to get half as much energy as you had because one person doesn't have it. So when I talk to you about energy, I'm telling you energy is multiplicative. Everybody has to be on the same page. So you can kind of understand when I say how energy determines your success. Because if you don't have great energy, you don't have great success. If you have one person that is not giving great energy, you have a team that is not giving great energy. So as a coach, as a captain, as a teammate, how do you become a great teammate? Get them going. Let's get energy. Let's go at it. Let's give our best. Because when everybody is giving their best for a desired result, that's energy. Let me give you my definition of energy: a combined force by multiple people working together to have a desired result. To build that hair standing on your neck sort of moments, it takes more than one person because one person never achieved anything in significance alone. They always had a team behind them. In order to have success, you must have great energy. So let's move on to the word success. Now, a lot of people are responsible for this quote. So I'm going to go ahead and give it to the person that most of you probably know. He's a big old dude. He plays for the Houston Texans. His name is J.J. Watt. And he talked about success. He says, success is never owned. It's rented. And rent is due every day. So I want to talk about that a little bit more. Let's think about that just for a second. Now let's get that in our mind. Success is never owned. I hate to say this because a lot of people know college football, and a lot of people know who the best team in college football is. The Florida Gators. No, just kidding. But it would probably have to be Alabama or Clemson. They've kind of separated themselves in the last few years as this is being recorded. They've kind of separated themselves from everybody else. But you know, Clemson or Alabama has to put their shoes and their cleats on, and guess what they have to do during spring ball right now? They have to get ready for next year because guess what? They're not the national champion anymore. They were the national champion last year. This year, they got to go earn it again. That's the definition that I want you to understand. That's the definition that Nick Saban and Dabo Swinney can say all day long. Listen, I'm going to celebrate this for tonight, but I got to go back to work on Monday. And that's the whole thought process that I want you to understand when we talk about success. Success is not owned by anybody. It's rented. And rent is due every single day. So as we talk about that, I want you to think about that rent isn't due every single day. Rent is due every single point. You can be successful in this point that's coming up. You can't be successful in the last point because guess what? That rent has already been paid. And it might have been paid by your opponent. But right now, you can build the energy to determine your success by what happens in this next point, and this next game, and this next opportunity that's out in front of you. How can you be successful? And I want to end it right here, and if you're just a gung-ho, win-at-all-cost type person, I'm not the person that you want to talk to. But I want to define success a little bit. Success is not winning. Uh-oh, Coach D. Pause, stop, I'm done with this. Refund. Success is giving your all. We talked about it when we talked about effort. Success is not winning. Being successful in life, there's not a scoreboard to success in life that talks about your salary. There's not a scoreboard that talks about being homecoming queen or being captain of the volleyball team. That is not success altogether. Success in life is fighting the good fight, keeping the faith, and finishing the race. So as we redefine success, when I talk to you about being successful, yes, I'm talking to you about winning championships. That's what the Volley Academy talks about. It's not necessarily winning championships. Our tagline is not the Volley Academy, helping you to kick butt. The Volley Academy, win everything. No, the tagline says, and you can see it right up there, the Volley Academy, adding value. I want to add value to my teammates. I want to add value to my players. I want to add value to my assistant coach. I want to add value to that referee up on the stand. I want to add value to that last person down on the bench. I want to add value to the scorekeeper. I want to add value to the opponents that we play. Because in my life, I'm not looking for the glory to be Justin D. I'm not looking for Justin D to be glorified. I'm looking for my players to be given the respect that they and the things that they earn. I want them to be given those awards and be rewarded for their efforts. But ultimately, I want God to receive the glory. I want something that is bigger than me, that is bigger than anything that I can do, to receive the glory. For me, success comes, and I have a thing right out here that I got from the Vision Volleyball Club in Gainesville, Florida. And for me, success is looking Jesus in the place, and he says, well done. Well done, Justin, my good and faithful servant. So yes, this whole chapter, this whole section, this whole unit is talking about being successful in volleyball. But let me help you to understand, and I think that you'll hear it from me a lot, your success has nothing to do with wins and losses or state rings, because you're going to have to pawn those to pay your rent later. Your rent comes from getting a good education. Your rent comes from becoming a good coworker, which means teammate. Your rent comes from what you have up here, not what you have right here. Your success in life is about seeing other people pushed up. And how do I continually give great effort and I continually build and add value to other people? It's by being energetic and continue to have Jesus flow through me. And the joy that Jesus gives to flow through me. If you don't know Jesus Christ, if you don't care about Jesus, skip. Go to the next. It's not a question on a quiz. You don't have to pass this one. But how to understand how you can add value to people is by what you are given, the gifts and talents that you're given, and using them for somebody else. That's the biggest success you will ever see in life. That's the most fun. When you see somebody else's eyes light up. So yes, you got to have a great attitude when you walk into the gym. Yes, you got to give your best effort. Yes, you got to bring the best energy that you have. And that all comes from having a great attitude and giving your best effort. And then absolutely all of us coming together and giving great energy. Then we will be successful. Not because we have a win on the scoreboard. It's because we look back and we say, you know what? I gave everything. I have no regrets. I'm not going to look back and say, what would have happened if I would have given everything? Because I gave everything. I have no regrets. And if I'm better than you, guess what? I just won. And if I'm not better than you, then guess what? I don't care. I did everything that I could. And I'm going to give everything that I can to add value to those around me. That's what success is in life. Is by adding value to those around you and walking out of that gym after every practice, after every game, after every match, after every point, saying, you know what? I gave my best. Here is to your success.